Hello, all you dreamers out there and you dreamettes. How are you doing? Today I'm talking about biases. Why are we so bloody biased? And why are we so easily distracted from the truth? I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So I'm currently listening to an audiobook about influence. Yeah, that's what the title of it is, how to influence people. But what it's talking about are, at the front end, are all of the biases and the filters that we have. The premise being that if we understand how people's minds work, we can more easily influence them. But we've got so many biases going on. How the hell we even manage to grasp a piece of reality, I have no friggin' idea. You know, we've got all kinds of stuff like the halo effect, which is like, it's an anchoring effect, which is if we like one thing, if somebody links other things to that thing that we like it all, without question. Yeah, I like that as well. Yeah, because it's linked to that. You know, like in a restaurant, if you go to a restaurant and it's filled with people, you instantly know that the food's good in there. It could be shit. There could be not enough restaurants in the town, but it doesn't matter. You assume that food is good. And if a restaurant's empty, you assume that the food's bad. It's just like we do these automatic processes without even knowing about it. You know, when they advertise a sale, have you noticed how many sales cards are in red? Red with white writing. How? Why? Because red gives us the sign of scarcity, of danger. This is over. And unconsciously, when we see a red sign, it makes us more motivated to buy that stuff than if it were blue or white or whatever. We've got the FOMO effect, the fear of missing out, which is partially linked to this red card, which is, I've got to do it now because I could miss out. You know, and that's why when they're trying to sell you something, they'll put, last one's in stock, 2 in stock. And you think, what the hell, I better get it now, or this ends tonight at 12 o'clock. Or they have a countdown clock that never, ever, ever reaches 0. You might have noticed that. And these are all the things that we are not conscious of, but they affect us massively. Add to that, we've got the cognitive bias, we've got cognitive dissonance, we've got the reticular activating filter, which filters out like 99% of everything we see and just gives us a small amount. I mean, we're on a loser. So I was listening to this and I was thinking, this didn't sound very fair, really. In truth, that's not very fair. So I said to the emissaries, why have we been given so many impediments and biases? Why? It's just making our job harder here. It's making it rock hard. And the emissary said, well, that's the point, isn't it? They said, if you were to come here with all of the understandings and the awareness that you have on the other side, as soon as you got here, you would wake up. You would wake up and you would go, I'm calling bullshit. That's not right. No, this is just a pretendy place. There's nothing real. You would call bullshit immediately. And that would defeat the object. What the emissary said is that we come down here. And when we come down here, a blindfold is put on us. They said, imagine you go into a room. You've got a blindfold on. And you, by moving around the room and touching things, you've got to try and work out where everything is. After you've done it long enough, you know the room. And they said, once you understand the room, then it's almost as if the blindfold falls off because you know it. You know where everything is. They said that's the process that we have when we come here. We come here blinded. We are given on purpose all of these impediments. And our job is to get through life dropping these impediments, dropping them. They said, when you go into the ghost train, how many people have been in a ghost train? I have. And what's the key thing about the ghost train? The key thing is that it's very dark. it's dark. And you're going in and things are going, ooh, ah, wee. If they put the lights on, everything would look shit. Everything would look fake and like not frightening at all. It's the darkness, it's the not being able to see clearly that makes it real, that makes it impactful. Okay? That's what happens to us when we come here. They said our journey through this life is to let the scales fall from our eyes and see properly and reach the end where we become aware of what is going on. This is the Great Awakening. This is the point of the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening is seeing reality for what it is, seeing the truth for what it is. Okay, now I'm not for a moment saying that we are capable of seeing reality and seeing the truth, but boy, I'm a damn sight better at seeing reality now than I was 20 years ago. Holy cow, am I. You know, I can call bullshit now. It's patently obvious. When the hypnosis becomes apparent, when we know that we are in hypnosis or they're trying to hypnotize us, it stops working. And we go, that's hypnosis, that's bullshit, that's propaganda. How many of you do that all the time? If you ever have the displeasure of having to watch some news program or something on the TV or a film even, like propaganda, oh my God, is she, oh, don't tell me they're lesbians, or don't tell me that he's gay, don't tell me, and don't tell me that that's a interracial couple. It's like all of the time you see propaganda and we call it out. But we only call it out because we're waking up and we're able to see it. And all of our filters are dropping. And that's the point of it. So it's done on purpose. Right? We are blinded when we come here. And it's our job to find our sight again. And so the question is, how are you doing on dropping all of your biases and all of your filters and all of your belief structures that actually hold you tied down? How am I doing? Definitely got to think about that one. Where am I? What do I believe that's not helping me? What do I believe that's actually tying me up in a prison? I don't know. I mean, I was talking earlier about beliefs about diet. That it's anything where you are willing to argue tooth and nail about it to somebody that doesn't give a shit. You know, the truth of the matter is that we don't see 99% of everything around us, or less. And, you know, I suppose our process of waking up, of letting the scales fall from our eyes, what might that be? Will we start seeing 2% of everything? Will we start seeing 3%? Maybe top whack, we see 10% more. There's still an awful lot that we're not seeing. And so we shouldn't get too cocky. In fact, cockiness is not good. Pride comes before the fall. And I know that because I've fallen a lot of times because of my pride. They're saying, I know everything. I know everything. Don't tell me anymore. You don't need to tell me anymore because I know the lot. And then you discover through your studies that you know fuck all. And so I don't say that these days. When somebody gives me some new information, I listen because there might be something that's just going to open up a little bit more of my ability to perceive. Or not. Or maybe they're going to give me something that's going to lock me down in another cult for the next 2 years until I realise it's a cult. Who knows? There you are. So what do you think? Do you think that's fair that we're brought here and then a blindfold's put on us and we've got to work our way through it? Is that what this is? Is this what we signed up for? Who knows? I love you all and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.